to you, Capricorns. Here is the horoscope for July of 2012. What will happen for Capricorn during this month? I think the bigger picture here is understanding, a deeper understanding of all the big changes that has occurred lately, and the changes that are going on right now. Let me explain why. Saturn, your ruler, has been going through Libra for quite some time now. It's the last 2 years or maybe a bit longer. It has been in your 10th house, in the house of your career, the house of your social status, the house of how other people who don't know you, how they see you. So you must have done a lot of work when it concerns your work. You must have done discipline. You must have done the manifestation that you hopefully wanted to manifest. So you have become more mature when it concerns your work. And the funny thing is now that Mars, which is a planet of action, enters that 10th house as from the 4th of July. So and for the whole month. So again, an emphasis on that house. And the special thing that is going to occur, or the transit that is going to occur in the middle of the month, so right in the middle of the month, Mars in the 10th opposes Uranus and squares up to Pluto in your first house, in your sign. What does it mean? The transit of Mars opposing Uranus is known as not the easiest transit. It is known as a transit that comes suddenly and that can cause upheavals, and it is about action in a not familiar way, so in an original way. But I don't think it's going to be bad, because two other transits are occurring at the same time. First of all, Pallas, that's a very little planet, is aspecting Uranus in your 4th house. And Pallas is all about wisdom. It's all about intelligence. So whatever that occurs that has a certain wisdom in it, so to speak. And it is in the 4th house of your home. So maybe there are still changes going on, shifts going on with work that makes, of course, has its effect on your family life. Things have to be changed, or you have to move because of your work, or these kind of things can occur. Another thing is happening at the same time, which is very positive, is that Mars is in a trine with Jupiter. And if you read in the transit books Mars trining Jupiter, that is a very nice thing. It's about confidence. And this same Mars in your 10th house trines this Jupiter in your 6th. In your 6th, yes, in your 6th. And the 6th house is also about day-to-day work. It could also be, alternatively, has to do with your health, or with the exercises that you're doing, or to stay healthy. So because also Venus is in there, in that 6th house. Having Jupiter and Venus, two good planets in that 6th house, means that it will help you to feel more confident when it concerns your health, but also when it concerns your day-to-day work that has to be done, that has to be accomplished in order to do the shifts related to work and home. So I think that's a good, it's a good opportunity for you to really finish up what you have to do when it concerns your career, and to take final actions according to that. Whilst this all is going on, Mercury, the planet of our thinking, is transiting in your 8th house. That's why I think it's going to be a deep thinking about these changes that has occurred to you, and especially those of you who have planets or an ascendant around 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 degrees, because that square is happening right in these degrees. And also Mars, when it squares up and opposes Uranus, it's happening in those degrees. So when Mercury transits your 8th house, the house of transformation itself, the house of what we fear, the house of taboos that we want to unravel, I think that your thinking will become much more deeper, and you will have a better understanding of all these changes. Mercury also goes retrograde, which means that it's really going to be a rethink of that, of what is going on. And at the end of the month, the Sun shifts from the 7th house and also into that 8th house. So again, an emphasis on a spotlight on that 8th house. You want to understand these things that are not that easy to understand. You want to understand the taboos that are going on within you. So a deep thinking, but also a fixed thinking, because it's in Leo. It's in a fixed sign. It's about how you are going to, you know, you're thinking about how you're going to implement all these changes in a day-to-day routine, probably. And that is all well. What else? I think that's basically it. Neptune, I'm not going to talk a lot about Neptune. It's still in your 3rd house, which can make a bit of communication that you have to watch out that it's clear communication, otherwise other people could misunderstand it. But Neptune is now turning retrograde. Not turning, it was already happening, but it's for the whole month retrograde. So I don't think it's so much important this month. But that's it, a bigger understanding, a deeper understanding at all levels of your life, because you know that square is happening at the important axis of your life, and I think you're going to be fine. Thank you for listening. I hope this was helpful, and if you want to know more information, I made some videos of the Pluto-Uranus square, and of course you're a Capricorn, so it could be useful. Just check it out. It's at the end of my YouTube channel. And of course the Pluto-Uranus square special offer that I'm doing, my consultation page is still available, and other readings of course too. But anyway, have a good month, have a successful month. I hope you're going to do it in a brilliant way, and I'll see you soon. See you next month.